Hello everybody, this is Nonstop and today we are gonna play Trick and Treat. Right, let's get this started. The sound of our steps combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal is the only thing we can hear. Okay. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only thing that light up our way. Times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. Yeah, that's true. We walk without knowing what we are really looking for, or better said, for no reason. Just a group of boys bored with our lives, trying to create a lasting memory, instead of just staying home doing nothing. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's Halloween. Through a dark forest. Doing it to prove our courage. Alright. Sounds interesting. There's no girls there. Oh, that sucks, huh? This is meaningless effort. Yeah, that's one perspective. For more than 2 hours. Okay. So not much happening yet. Yeah, I would find that shit terrifying. It looks horrible. Looks like Slenderman is gonna pop up anytime. Once you get used to it, the fear disappears. I suppose so. Yeah, that's true. It seems like there could be lots of shit lurking in those shadows. This is clearly an empty darkness. Alright, if you say so. Feeling how tired my legs are. Okay, what is the point of being here? Clearly we had already demonstrated what we wanted. Would be best to return. Suddenly the atmosphere becomes strange. Cold chill. Okay, something's going down. I like the music, it's relaxing. Hope the story is good as well. The air is now filled with a rotten smell. Jesus, alright. That sounds kind of horrifying. What's happening? Yeah, that's a good question. So I'm named Axel, alright. It was then we heard footsteps nearby. So what's the footsteps about? Don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless without making a noise. Yeah, as if I know. Alright, let's see what the steps are. Dragging one foot. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, well, there seemed to be something in the darkness after all, huh? Not so empty anymore, is it? Yeah, you're probably being stalked by some crazy person. Or Slenderman. I guess we'll find out. Cursed thing is looking at me. You don't know that. It might be a kitten. Yeah, getting out of there sounds like a good idea. Yeah, no, I don't think it's an animal. Bad luck would soon strike us again. Yes, it would be boring if it didn't. Huh. Alright, so no more light then. Well, I guess you're fucked. I wish it was voice acting in this game. That would have made it so much more enjoyable. Really would. But I mean, it's a free game, so I can't really expect that much. Huh, alright. You're afraid, yeah, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. I'd be afraid too. So yeah, in theory you were walking back. Sure, sure. Alright. Are you gonna find out what it is now? Yeah, please get away from here. No, actually don't. Come say hi. Yes, let's see who it is. I'm curious. Let's see, is it a bad scary monster, or is it something else? It was probably not a ghost. See a silhouette. Okay. Well, let me see. A cat. So it was a cat. Well, not a kitten, but a cat. That's cool. Red eyes, white cat. That's cool. Okay. Well, cat never look too friendly, do they? Somehow you get the feeling it's a female cat. Sure. An angry female cat. It's Halloween, so maybe it is a lion in disguise. Well, okay. What's this? Yeah, you lose consciousness, okay? So, are you gonna get kidnapped by the cat, or something else gonna happen? Let's find out. What the hell? What happened now? Why are we in a room? Okay, so it's earlier that day, I guess? This is weird. Confusing. Maybe it's only me that's dumb. I don't know. Okay. So what's the point of this? This backstory. The tomato man. Alright. That's some shit. Yeah, that's how it is growing up, mate. Can't walk around asking for free candy anymore. No, please don't stay in the past. Let's go back to the present. Yeah, that's true, not being popular has its disadvantages. But that's okay. Still shit to do. Couple of matches. Oh right, video games. I have no desire to play now. Oh, Steven, you're so good, aren't you? Normal difficulty, alright. Wow. Sitting on Wikipedia. Yeah, you know, sitting on Wikipedia is actually a lot of fun. Wikipedia is a lot of fun, actually. You can spend a good amount of hours just poking through Wikipedia. I've done so quite a few times. Can we get back to the forest? I'm curious about what happened to us. Wow, rude. Right, so some guy disappeared 20 years ago. Does that have some sort of a connection to the shit going on in the forest, or? Alright, so what's the legend about? Read and learn a little. Yeah, sure, let's read. Let's see. Town of Abingdon. I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation. Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes, some difficult to solve, but all of them were human. Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that there are people like anyone else. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. Truth is that I can't understand what happened. I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham, 23 years, single. The last time he was seen, he was returning home from a Halloween party. Oh, okay. He had drunk he had been drinking alcohol but was still sober, or at least that's what witnesses said. Anyways, this is not something which can be explained with a simple drunkenness. He apparently got lost on the way home and decided to enter the forest called Oakwood. Okay, I see where this is going now. It had rained yesterday, so the ground was wet and muddy. We could easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest. Apparently he walked for 3 hours before stopping. I say stop, but the truth is we don't know what happened then. The tracks suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest, and that's all. There was no evidence of struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on the ground. There was no blood, no more footprints or anything else. The depth of his last footprints and the position they were in indicated that he was still walking. At no point he stood still. It was as if he had vaporized in the air, with all his clothes in the middle of his walk. Obviously, I can't believe such a thing, but I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remember is that near the footprints I sensed a faint smell of rot. However, there were no animal corpses nearby. It is ridiculous to think that he suddenly started to decay and became earth. In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything but that he decided to escape from the village. However, while officially there was no more to do, I couldn't sleep in peace. Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind I thought all sorts of theories. Like maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew, but in the end they all seemed impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise I found 4 more, all young men. The story was always the same. They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without trace. Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date, October 31st. But there is more, a detail that completely eliminates the possibility that there is a killer or kidnapper behind this. And that is the separation of the years. Roger Bacon disappeared in 1924. Mitchell Smith in 1867, Jason Black in 1813, and the worst of all, Oswald Taylor disappeared in 1707. Well, okay. That's quite the spread. It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answer may be in the past of the forest. It was then when I discovered that what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually hid a great story. Before it was called Oakwood or Oaks Forest, the place was called Witchwood. The word witch the word witch has huge similarity with witch, well, of course, obviously. Taking into consideration that it was an old name and language changes over time, that indicates that it was the forest of the witches. Right, apparently more than 400 years ago the people of the village believed witches lived in the woods. Unfortunately, almost all the information is already lost. There were stories told in voice without a properly written record. I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing witches with good eyes and began to hunt them. Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest, which even today should continue to exist. Anyway, obviously I cannot accept something like that as the answer. In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each one of them escaped from the village using the legend of the forest to make it look like it was something supernatural.